Today I am reviewing 30 feet by 39 feet house, and I'll show you how small planning decisions can completely change how a space works in real life. Hi, I'm Naseema, an architect and interior designer, and I review floor plans based on what actually works in real life. Here I'll go floor by floor, what was not working, what I changed purely from usability and planning perspective. The planning across all floors is quite similar, but small gaps in zoning and usability were affecting the overall experience. So let's start with the first floor. Now at first glance the layout looks fine. This is your entry, this is your decent sized living room, this is your kitchen with a utility, and this is your bedroom with common washroom here. And here is the puja as per Vastu. But if you'll closely look the layout, you'll find the kitchen size is oversized. It is 12 feet by 10 feet. The bedroom has no proper zoning, no TV unit. The bed is shifted towards the corner, and this is the negative space which is not adding any value. The washroom size is cramped. I would like to increase the size, and this drawing room is not properly ventilated. And if you see this utility, this is 3 feet 6 inches, so you cannot add any platform over here, which is making it inefficient and ineffective. So I would like to fix this. And also if you see this entry for the washroom, it is coming below the staircase, and I would like to fix this as well. Let's see the layout I have created. So instead of adjusting furniture, I changed the planning logic. I reduced the kitchen and made it 10 feet by 10 feet, and extended the utility and made it 5 feet. Now you have a proper working platform in your utility area, and still you can manage a clear passage of 3 feet which is connecting the store. Also I aligned the sink with the dishwasher here. So I planned a small sink in the main prep area, and your work triangle is like this. Now by shifting the main sink to the utility, I kept the heavy work outside, and now the kitchen remains clean. By taking extra space from the kitchen, the bedroom now has a proper passage. Also for the washroom, there's a proper passage. You can easily mount a TV unit, and there is a dedicated space for a wardrobe which is not disturbing your circulation and not making your bedroom cramped. Also, I have created 2 symmetrical windows on sides of the bed after creating a wardrobe. Now your bed headboard feels intentional, and here you can easily add a painting with a painting lamp, and still this wall look beautiful and designed. Now this is my drawing room, and it was lacking a proper ventilation. So I shifted the wall and made it 3 feet cut out. So this is going to be the balcony which will invite the direct sunlight. Yes, you can add a washing machine over here, but I have deliberately avoided it because this is connected to the living room, and the moment you introduce utility here, the space loses its character. So I kept it clean for light and openness. Also for the kitchen, I haven't placed any breakfast counter. See, because in most homes it looks good, but it doesn't actually get used. So only add it if it's genuinely functional. One more thing, it's always good to have your washing machine on the same level where the kitchen is because they have the same workflow. But placing the washing machine over here would have made this balcony a utility area. So this is one ideal location for the laundry. So if you're ready to compromise your storeroom, this could be one space for laundry area. In this layout, although your kitchen size has been reduced, but it is becoming more functional. Your bedroom is now more efficient and workable, and your washroom size has also been increased. And here the drawing room is properly ventilated. It is having a good cross ventilation, and you can create one beautiful garden over here which will add value to your drawing room. Now on the second floor, the issue was different. Here the problem was a wasted potential. Now this is the master bedroom, and it is having a side balcony, and there you are having another building. So now this balcony wasn't usable properly and lacked privacy. Also in the kids room, there was not having any proper TV unit area. It might not be the requirement now, but it can be in the future. So I would like to create a TV unit wall. Now this is the workstation area, and it is having a cutout connecting the above level. But this cutout is not looking designed but random. So I would like to fix this. And also for the master bedroom, I would want to have one balcony in the front to break the boxy look of the facade. So let's see the layout I have created. So this is the layout I have created. Now instead of keeping the side balcony, I absorbed it into the bedroom and make the bedroom bigger. Also I shifted the balcony from side to the front. Now it actually adds value. Better facade, better light, and usable space. And to make this possible, I optimized the dressing and washroom area while keeping them functional. And now at the workstation area, I made it completely double height area. Now this is looking intentional. I have also extended the green patch area to make it usable. Now in both bedrooms, study areas, storage areas, and proper TV units. These are now clearly defined. So this floor was about improving planning and removing what doesn't add value. Now if you want to push further, even a 12-inch shift in this core in this direction and adding this dimension here in the balcony can create a usable edge and improve the entire experience. And these small moves are what elevate a layout. Now this could be another option for the same floor, especially for clients who really value green spaces inside the house. Now in this case, the client wanted a larger green area because they like planting and having greenery within the home. So initially the idea was to create a green area behind this kids room and shift kids room like this, and here the dress and toilet was supposed to be, and the workstation was here. But the placement of the green area here didn't really contribute to the experience. It was pushed behind the kids room and not visually connected to the main movement areas, and it was also affecting the usable areas of the kids room and even the level above. So instead of keeping it at the back here, I extended my green area like this and brought it right in front of the staircase and shifted the workstation from here to here. Now this green space completely changes the experience the moment you enter on this level. It not only becomes a focal point but also create a strong indoor-outdoor connection. Yes, the kids room becomes slightly smaller, but the front bedrooms remains unchanged. So the primary room planning is not compromised, and in return you are getting much richer spatial quality. And because this side is east facing, you get much soft morning light, and you can even add pergolas over here to control glare while still allowing filtered light. Now this space also brings natural light and ventilation into the staircase areas, which will definitely improve the overall environment of the house. Now let's discuss the above level. Now this is the third floor. There was a terrace beside the guest room, but accessible from outside. So it was just a narrow passage and not usable space. So instead of keeping it disconnected, I would want to integrate in my guest room. Also, the laundry area is missing. I would want to include it, and this floor should have a pantry. So let's see the layout I've created. So this is the plan I created. Now this is the double light area that I created at the lower level, and this was the open area I've introduced. Now instead of keeping the terrace disconnected, I integrated with my bedroom. Now this balcony is usable, private, and actually adds value. Also, I introduced the proper laundry area along with the store and pantry area over here. So all service functions are now organized instead of scattered across the house. Now the guest room, considering the Vastu constraint, because this was not, the layout is suggested. But the room still works. You get a wardrobe, you get a TV unit plus storage, and a clean functional setup. So this floor is where everything comes together. Every space is now usable and intentional. So across all three floors, the difference is not the size, it's in the decision. You can have the same layout but completely different living experiences based on how you plan it. Now one critical point that's often ignored, the staircase here is completely open across all levels, which means there is no separation between floors. So in real life, this creates air movement through the stairwell. Cool air escapes, hot air rises, and you also get noise and smell transfer. So now this can be a design choice. Some people prefer a more open connected space, but if you are planning air conditioning, this will affect efficiency and comfort. So either you accept it in an open design feature or introduce some form of separation over here and redesign your staircase at each level and add a partition or door. Because design is just not about planning, it's about how the space performs in real life. And if it doesn't work in real life, it's a bad design.